Hello, welcome to a little bit more Polaris, which is a route available for TRS-19 on the DLS. Today we're going to be playing the 8th session, and I have the route and session creator with me in voice chat, so say hello, Slovak Eagle.
I refuse to say hello, and instead I will say hi, people.
I thought you were going to say hello, Slovak Eagle, because that's the tradition, but oh well.
No, that's Brand's way of introducing himself.
Also, hello, Albastro, welcome, and Kangafango. Yes.
Nice.
Yes, you have been seen. You did say hello, though, says Kangafango.
Yes, but not in a welcoming manner.
So, I've already got... So who will read chat? You or Sharadise? That's a... Well...
Yes.
Well, I would say I am Sharadise, so either way, that's me.
MVR looks funny today. I agree with you.
So, this is the text. So the session's called Fixing the Bridge. It's supposed to take 1 hour and 10 minutes, difficulty hard, and this one's set in Canada. And the description is, it is time to fix the bridge. At least, I will be able to explore Spot in a few days. Date, 8th of September, 1970. I'm assuming that's 1970 AD, not BC.
Of course.
Right.
We're not building the pyramids, are we?
Building the pyramids with SD40-2s.
Yeah, transport required limestone and sandstone.
Yeah, although imagine that, like a little 2-foot narrow gauge industrial railway going up in spirals on the pyramids to deliver the stone up to the top.
Stop giving me ideas for a route.
Right. So, please wait for all the scenery. Yes, already... Yeah, I already know that. So here we go. Please let me know if the Trainz audio is too loud or too quiet. I'll change it if it's not right. So, welcome back, Thomas. Thanks, Hector. So, what is there to do now? Francis left us with some tasks here. It is time to repair the bridge. Okay, so what do I do? You will have one of the more important jobs. You see, the ice shift has broken the main supports and dislodged the base of the bridge. That is why we need the long and short logs. The planks on the side and top of the bridge can be rescued. You will have to run 2 round trips from Chilcote to Northport. Alright, understood. What about the building? Do we need more people? Oh boy, you should have seen the traffic. More of the locals are there, waiting for the first logs on your train. The buses increased frequency to get everyone here. Even people from Nunavik are here. Even people from Nunavik? Oh, I see. All of them want to help us fix the bridge. I did see the traffic as I was driving around. Unbelievable and incredible. I guess Francis did some propaganda? Good use of the word, because that is actually... that word works in that context, so good job there. Because a lot of people think the word means something different than it does, but anyway. Yeah, he let the people know through newspapers and posters on the stations, asking everyone to help. He's on his way back here now, but you will be gone by that time. Okay, yep. Pre-World War II, corporations used to have a propaganda department. After World War II, the word was tainted, and so they changed it to the Public Relations Department. Literally, it just changed the title. They even used the same abbreviation, PR. Anyway. Okay, thank you. I will get to work right away. It is now after normal work hours. This means telegraph stations are empty and you will have to switch your own junctions everywhere. As a result, there will also be a small amount of navigation points, and you will have to navigate the map yourself. Okay, so Right, but the looks of things, I've got to load up back here and basically just go forward into that first. So let's see, how are the switches junctioned? That one needs to be switched. So does that one... Actually, where do I need to go afterwards? Is there a wire here? Actually, there is, but... Actually, yeah, we'll probably be using that. And if we are going to be using that, then since our locomotive is on this end, I think I'll probably have to go around the Y first. Or... we'll see. Actually, I may have to do more than one trip. Let's have a look at this over here first. So... actually, that's empty, it says. I wonder. Is it going to be loaded via command?
It's not empty.
Well, it said it's empty.
The same thing happened on the previous.
Right, yeah.
Remember?
I remember now. So,
yeah.
Let's see. Since the locomotive is on this end, I don't think there's enough space there to load the whole thing. But...
No.
No.
I think the beginning message may have been a little bit misleading because I believe in reality you don't have enough time to do 2 round trips in 1 hour and 10 minutes. So I believe I've only programmed in 1 trip, but I forgot to change the message.
Okay. Well, in that...
Because it just... Yeah, it takes just 1 hour to get 1 load.
Oh wait, so the logs are already loaded, so... I guess I'm just going to have to load the boxcars then? Nope, the boxcars are all so already loaded. Wait, what do I have to actually...
Wait, what?
Oh, unload current cargo. Sorry, I thought I had to load. My mistake. My mistake, sorry. So I guess I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 cars I'm gonna try. 7. We'll see how that goes. Actually, I'm gonna try all the boxcars first. If there's not enough space, then I'm going to just shunt them back into the siding. Also, chat. Oh, wait, why is that? That's odd. Yeah, sorry, I was now trying to... I had it in reverse because the locomotive's facing backwards, but it went in the wrong direction. There we go. I hope I didn't just kick the cars off the siding. Also, I need to disable the debug features. At least. Please load Cock Pyramid bricks at Alexandria Sandstone Quarry 1. A good chat? Yes, cat, what? Cat where? Oh, I saw a cat this evening, though. Ah. Yeah, Albastro really likes their cats, if you couldn't tell.
Damn.
Yeah, you know how your summoning word is bush? Well, Albastro's is cat.
Fucking damn it.
Oh, I thought I switched that switch. Apparently I did not. Congrats. Someone earlier today too, we didn't interact. OMG, did you take pictures or? No, I didn't bring a camera. This was just supposed to be a walk within half a kilometer of my house. How many kilometers did it end up being? I'm always in the area. Oh, it's always in the area. Lisa, hello. Duck? I didn't see a pannier tank anywhere. Like, really. I wonder if there are any ghosts on this map in certain sessions.
No, there aren't. I'll tell you that directly. But I was intending to have like a special like Christmas or New Year's session, but I never really got the to actually making it.
I remember you talking about it. Was this the one with the presents? Or was this something different?
No, that's something different. But basically, I wanted to have kind of like a more unique plot to it, in a way that you would actually like have, you would like actually like see Santa and shit like that, you know?
Ah,
Because they're like in the far north, so I was like, okay, what can I do with this? No, and my basically thinking was like Santa.
basically, my thinking was like Santa.
Yes, and that's how the idea was born. That I was gonna make a Christmas themed uh, session. Unfortunately, it did not happen because well, I didn't really have the time nor motivation to do it.
Okay, there's nowhere near enough space for all these cars.
So I didn't do it. But yeah, it was you were supposed to see pretty much like a reference to the Polar Express with a train on the ice.
Ah,
Maybe see if Santa flying or hiding somewhere along the route, you know. That was basically what I was aiming for. But yeah, I wasn't able to deliver on it. Maybe in the future.
it looks like I've got space for 5 cars here. Which is good to know. 5 cars if the locomotive's on this side. Probably like 6 if it's on the other side. Okay, so the last 3 cars I need to... Actually, hold on. I can... Okay. I'm not sure if this is going to break the session or not, but I'm just going to quickly decouple the last 3 cars in this siding, then shove the others onto that, then come back around to get those and unload them so that I can do it all in one go, then collect the other ones, and I'm just going to run around the Y so that I can, because I think I'm going to have the locomotive on the other side anyway, because this is kind of a, although actually it says the next task is to load some stuff here, so yeah, it looks like I'm going to have the locomotive on the other side. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. If it breaks the session, then it was not a good idea.
It shouldn't break the session. As for You Can Go, no, I was not intending on including a golden ticket, mainly for the reason that, like, there's no way I can include it, first of all. And second of all, like, who would have been Santa hiding from? Well, obviously from the prying eyes of the public. He obviously doesn't want to be seen. And you moving a train at midnight kinda interferes with his scheduled gift delivery.
Yeah, gotta get those poisons out to people. Right. Also, in the Railcraft mod for Minecraft, there is a golden ticket, and that is basically like an original that you can copy other tickets from, which you can then use to automatically route trains.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
We get some developer insight, yes. All-in-one goo. Movie, thriller comedy, 1978. All-in-one goo. Eagle, have you ever made a hump yard in Trainz?
Yes, at least 2 or 3 of them actually.
Do
Quite easy.
the triggers, like the special track set objects, to decouple the cars and to retarder them, do they still work in TRS-19? Do you know?
I don't know about decoupling. I haven't used that, but I know there is an asset that still works in TRS-19, and it's used on the North or Southern Sandusky district or route thingy. Not sure how its full name is. I know that one still works with the hopper unloading, where it actually decouples the cars automatically for you. But I don't know any other assets. But the problem is the Sandusky district has only a decoupling option, not really a set path option. I know there are some assets that have that, but I'm not sure if they work, as I haven't really tried that. My hump yards up until now have pretty much just been like you, the player, manually switching the junctions. Mainly because I thought that, it would make hump yards a bit nicer to operate with,
Yeah. Hold on, is that guy? Oh no, they were. The lamps looked red. That's okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. Right.
But I have made a hump yard before. It's just not in an automated fashion.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't want the attention. Gotcha. Haha. Gift is German for poison. When was the last time you saw a hamster? I'll bust through. Hey, random questions are my thing. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a hamster. Not even in like a pet store or anything like that. In person that is. I think I may have seen some in a pet store in Dorchester 12 plus years back, but I honestly have no idea. Never bought anything from there, but I have been in it. As a supposed customer or as a product? Think I did see it, but I don't really remember.
Oh, and I forgot the other part is for the hump yard question. The braking assets still work. And there's 2 types: the Russian one, and well, that one is actually like 3D modeled and everything and has animation. And then there is just a trigger asset, an invisible one that you can pretty much set to slow down or stop the cars from rolling.
Yeah, I've only used the invisible retarders.
Yeah, I pretty much only use those as well because, well, I guess I could say that they work better in my experience and opinion. Mainly because I don't really understand Russian, so I couldn't set up the other one.
Yeah, I like to use these ones because they work better. Also, I can't read the instructions for the other ones.
Yes.
Also, I did that. Actually, did I want to couple to those yet, or? Oh wait. Oh, so I did only have to unload the boxcars and those things. I didn't have to. That's good. But now to load them up there, I do actually need to run around. So let's do that.
Well, you have to unload logs up there, so.
Oh, the logs need to be uploaded up there. Oh, right, it still says unload. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Thank you. So in that case, I'm going to... Yes?
You like cakes?
Well, in that cakes. I'm going to deposit these on another siding, and then I'm going to run around the logs and then back those into there. Also, I am really excited for the Transport Fever 2 with a non-fixed line thing.
Yeah, people right now are rather speculating whether it's intended or a bug as a side product of the all platform thingies selection. but it's pretty much because the developers didn't say anything about it in the beta update. It's just that the players found it and started experimenting around with it. But it was not officially mentioned anywhere, other than them saying a few months back that they would like to implement something like that. But in the beta
Yeah.
updates, it wasn't mentioned or anything like that. So people are speculating whether it's intended or not.
Well, I mean, it's a feature, not a bug, right?
Well, let's hope it's a feature and not a bug.
Yeah, because being able to do the sorts of things that you can do, well, to some extent at least, that you can do in like OpenTTD, that would be so exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Also, right, chat.
I feel like OpenTTD is something that we should all play.
Yes, I can agree. Definitely. And OpenTTD may be something that I can play on my other machine, because I don't think that is too intense.
I think it's rather just processor heavy, but even then, I think that if I host, it shouldn't really be even like that processor heavy, because it's just gonna require good connection. As I believe all the calculations are just gonna be made on my side.
But if we do that, then please, I want to have a house rule that we won't use airplanes, because if you use airplanes, because they are kind of broken in the game a bit, I think.
In what way?
Well, they kind of make a lot of passenger stuff, like long distance passenger stuff, a bit redundant, I find. If you've got enough money to put airports at locations, then there's really no point in having trains running there, especially since airplanes going long distance are pretty much guaranteed to bring a profit, at least when I played last.
Well, I can officially say that no. I've played with Brent and Svedar and Margin, I believe sometime during the summer, or like in autumn, I'm not sure. And I pretty much just got so rich from trains, just passenger trains and mail, that I was just way ahead of everyone else without having really like big networks. So I firstly spent all that money on connecting even more stuff until I eventually made the network so big that I pretty much connected with the other with other two players in a way that, well, at the beginning we basically decided, oh, we're going to start in this place and this place and this place, pretty far away, and like I believe 20 or so in-game years later, I had a train network just connecting 2, maybe even 3 other players. So I was pretty much connecting everyone else with my trains. And I was like, okay, let's try planes. Because my network was not perfect. It was more or less centralized from one location and spreading out to outer area. So I didn't have any like ring lines, you could say, to bring people between the edges, only from the edge to the center. And I was like, okay, I have all this money, I'm going to try planes. So I built an airport and another airport, and I built them at the train stations, so that because I had everything connected into one bigger station. All my ships were connected to the trains and buses and trams, and airports were all connected to the train network. One big station. And so I don't know. I placed the airports and I bought a plane.
1 second. The independent brake on this loco is so ineffective that I didn't even realize that I had it on just now. It was just rolling and I had no... I was like, oh wait, my brake's on. Huh. Anyway, sorry, continue, please.
Yes, alright. Yeah, the brakes on that are just terrible. But yeah, I bought a plane and I just couldn't turn profit on it. Yeah, one plane, you would think, okay, it would take the passengers, it would take the people, but even after some time of it operating at a loss, I was hoping for like build up the traffic, the demand between the two stations, basically being like, oh hey, look people, this line is open, you can use it.
Yeah.
But they didn't. It was just operating at a loss. Not even mail wanted to be transported by the plane. So I really pretty much was left with just, okay, the plane is operating at a loss. And so I decided, okay, let's try replacing it with a train. The train immediately turned a profit.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, a bit later,
Interesting.
when I've connected more of the stuff around, I tried my hand at planes again. And I don't know what I did differently this time, but
You connected the airport.
yeah, I don't know what I did differently this time, but it ended up with the plane turning a profit.
Hmm.
And I was like, okay, you are bringing me 2 million per one ride, which is quite very wonderful and nice. Or actually not 2 million per ride, but I think 2 million a month or something. I'm not sure what it shows like, but basically the profit was 2 million. And I was like, okay, let's get another plane. And it made a profit as well. So I bought a third plane and it made a profit as well. I'm just like, okay, so this line is profitable. I'm just gonna be using planes. So I did. And then I was like, okay, let's try just invading someone else's area. So I decided I'm going to make Brent's life a hell.
As you do.
Yes, of course. So I basically plopped an airport down, basically next to his station, and I've built my own bus network around the town to collect people.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a plane. I set up the plane there. It didn't make profit ever, and I've had it running for quite some time. So
That is very
yeah,
interesting, because when I last played OpenTTD, which was quite a few years ago at this point, I remember I watched quite a few Let's Plays and tutorials and stuff like that, and in many of them, like quick start guides and stuff like that,
yeah,
they said that airplanes are basically money printing machines. And watching some like multiplayer, I think like the Yogscast multiplayer thing or something like that, they were using planes as well, and it got to the point where they were basically they only had airports all over the place. At least I think it was the Yogscast. It was some multiplayer thing. They pretty much only had planes, and they all got absurdly rich. So maybe they changed something with how the game works in one of the updates since then.
could be. I have no idea what they could have done or stuff like that.
Mm.
But either way, it's hard to make profit with planes now apparently, unless I did something very wrong the first time
Maybe
around.
you accidentally bought a cargo plane and put that on there.
Nah.
Anyway, let me catch
Thankfully,
up on.
that's impossible.
Yeah, let me catch up on chat.
Yep.
Right. What made that return to your mind then? Oh, probably the hamster thing. No idea, haha. Or maybe I have in a pet store actually. Yeah, there's one near the London Road that I used to go in to. Actually, hold on, I need to reverse a little bit more. Used to go in to look at the animals sometimes. Alright, the little cages didn't seem big enough for the animals in my opinion. They never do. And they never are. That's often the case, unfortunately. But I couldn't afford to take them home and care for... I couldn't afford to take home and care for one, let alone all. You need to crowdfund it.
Yeah, going to pet store is always like, oh, I want that, and I want that one, and I want that one as well. You would just buy the entire pet store if you could.
I remember
that's the problem I have.
in one of the Minecraft streams, Do you know Emichu, right? From Friday,
Yes,
yeah?
yes, yes.
Well, in one of the older ones, we were talking about that, and uh, we ended up saying like that she'd like to buy a pet store, but then instead of actually selling the pets, she'd keep them all for herself and charge people to pet the pets. And then
That's
it's
a
like, and then even charge them even more for picking up the dog poo after them. So you can pay to pick up dog poo. It's like if you bring treats, you can pick them back up. You can take them back home at the end of the day. The treats.
I mean, I like that business idea. Where do I donate?
Uh, well, you can get in touch with Emichu through Discord, I believe. Right, so now where do I need to go? Complete 2 round trips carrying logs from Chilcote and Northport. So it says I need to load up at Chilcote. Are these all the log trucks that I need? Because I noticed there were some other log trucks sitting, well, log cars sitting in the siding here. Or wait, no, these aren't logs, they're lumber. Right. Sorry. Okay. Never mind then. Let me just switch the points. Yeah, this is very helpful. If you look at the map view, yes, very helpful. No, I'm gonna do it with a 4 camera. Actually. Okay. So that goes there. That goes straight.
The other day, I found a very interesting new map generator for Transport Fever.
Ooh, you mean on the workshop?
Yeah, on the workshop. Basically, new script for generating maps. I was like, it's called Fantasia generator, basically, to create your own like fantasy map. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just try it, give it a go, see what it can produce, and honestly, it's called fantasy generator, but at this point, it's more realistic generator than what the in-game offers by default.
Like in what ways?
With pretty much everything, you can put lakes, plateaus, canyons, flat areas, forests, mountains, height of the mountains, lake size, and lake amount. Those are the sliders that you get to work with, and the seed bar as well. And so playing around with it, you pretty much can create something very wonderful. Because like it actually makes meandering rivers. It puts them into canyons as well. It makes very wide rivers as well as very narrow rivers. So streams and basically oceans. As for the lakes, they are like they're not the default type of lake that you get in the game where it's where it just jumps from the middle and just gets very wide at the middle and just goes back in. Here the lakes actually have their own very unique shape. It's basically if you take the tropical island generator
and then invert it.
Yeah, literally invert it, and you get the lake generator. At least that's how I would call it. That's what it looks like. Because the lakes they don't have a straight edge. They have jagged edge, with a lot of ins and outs, which is very nice. And quite often you get just smaller separate lakes in the middle of the mainland. You wouldn't really expect you just building a railway and suddenly boom, water. To say it the best.
Yes, that's how it tended to work back in the early days of railroad pioneers. It just
and this generator also quite often when you're building a line or road or railway along the shore of a lake, and there's just a lot of trees. You're just suddenly, you know, you're building, and suddenly, boom, water again. You're just like, wait, this is not the main lake. And then you look closer, and it's a bunch of small, tiny lakes, and you're just like, oh fuck, it's a swampland. You know? There's actually making that
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and I'm just like, wow, you know?
That actually
And
sounds
it's
like a lot
all
of
in
fun.
one map. Yeah, and you know, basically it gives you the canyon and plateau generation from the desert biome. It gives you lakes, it gives you rivers, you know. So if you set things up correctly or like in a good way, including the seed, you could technically make a map where you can merge temperate and desert biomes seamlessly. You know,
Ooh.
half of the map like that and the other half like that. And yeah, what I've
Yeah.
generated, what I'm playing around with right now is just something small that I generated, more or less just be like, you know, no canyons, no plateaus really. Though some of them did spawn, and that's what I wanted as well. You know, just something small. But I wanted more like flatlands or like hills and lots of rivers and lakes. And some of the areas I'm just like, this could be a spin tires map. Like right now, for example, I'm just looking at this lake. It's got a huge river coming into it. I don't even know how big it is. I
Oh
would
yeah,
say
I can see on Discord playing Transportiva 2.
yes, yes. I am literally just now, yeah. But I have this river that's like, I don't know, 400 meters wide. You know, a lot wider than you would get in default game, and it just comes to this lake that's equally as wide, but more twisty and with the rough edges. And there's just this island chain going through the middle. You know, there's not really deep water between the islands. You can see to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it just immediately reminded me of Deluge from Spin Tires.
Ah,
The flooded map, you
yeah.
know, with just strong currents in between the places, you know, just battling the truck through there. That's basically what this reminds me of.
Yeah. I would love to play with that at some point.
Yeah,
Once I've got a working computer that can actually do things again.
yeah. Just be aware that it has a lot of generation factors, and it takes quite a long time, even on my computer, to
Hmm.
generate. But it might also do with the fact that I'm generating on a megalomaniac map.
I'm sure that has got nothing to do with it. Anyway, I need to read chat. Right. They had rabbits, birds, and fish. Yes, those are the primary groups of animals. Rabbits, birds, and fish, yes. Ah. And Kango says, Slow Eagle.
What?
I'm gonna go with yes, I do like them. You know, just in cakes.
Damn.
Voted Pet
Very nice.
Retailer of the Year, according to their website, apparently. Yeah, but Pet Retailer of the Year doesn't necessarily mean best pet retailer. It could mean most horrendous pet retailer of the year. It doesn't specify. Worldwide? Yeah, haha. Just need more experience. OpenTD on the flip. No, OpenTTD. Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. Yeah. But yes, the OpenTTD thing, I can try to maybe get it to work over on the other machine. And I think I can probably get OpenTTD to work. I'm not sure if I can get OBS to work. But I don't necessarily have to stream my point of view to play with you. If we could do that, if we can find a slot for it, Sunday maybe, well Saturday now, then that would be something that I'm definitely interested in, but it depends on Kango as well, of course, because I don't really know if that's the sort of thing that Kango would enjoy playing that much. Kango, you're in chat, right?
I mean, he can always try, and if he doesn't like it, he can, you know, just not play anymore. There's also an option.
Yeah, because Kango did do one stream of it, but he didn't do any research beforehand. And I think OpenTTD is the sort of game that you can't play without doing any research beforehand. If you don't know.
I've done that.
What?
You can't play OpenTTD without any research up front. I've done that.
But did you have previous experience with kind of tycoon games?
Only from Transport Fever.
Well, there you go then.
Fair enough, I suppose.
Yeah, because I think Kanga's only really played these sorts of games with like infinite money or no cost modes on or things like that. Wait, did the
Well,
thing just change?
to be
Oh,
perfectly honest.
Wait, was that just a lightning flash there? What was that?
No.
Did you see that on the stream? It was a bright white flash.
No, that's not lightning.
What was that then?
That's probably something else, but it's definitely not lightning because this game does
again.
not have light.
I think it's a glitch with the flares, maybe?
Yeah, it's some kind of glitch.
Or maybe it's the sun.
I don't know what.
Maybe it's the sun bugging out because, again, the issue with the sun rotating with the camera's rotation. Did I ever show you that?
No, you didn't.
Ah. Well, I'm not sure if the sun is actually up here.
I can see it now, though.
Did you see the issue?
I can see the sun.
Where? Oh, there.
I could.
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
if I'm moving it up and down like this. You can see the sun moving up and down with the rotation.
It's kind of visible, yes.
Yeah, and that makes taking like pretty screenshots at evening or morning very, very difficult. And the thing is, it's only on the Mac version, and I contacted N3V support, and they said that TRS-19, they haven't planned any further updates for TRS-19, which basically translates to, sorry, but you're stuck with this essentially, in some ways, game-breaking bug, which I wasn't very happy about.
Yeah.
Because TRS-19 is still a game which they support. They've not dropped support for it. And yet they say they don't plan on fixing it. Anyway, back to chat. Yes, OpenTTD. Stock airplanes or mod 1 surveys? Stock. I think it was all stock. Isn't Concorde also an OpenTTD? I think
Yes, it
so,
is.
yes.
Yes, it is.
Wasn't that the whole point of airplanes? Yes, Concorde was the whole point of airplanes, correct. Do laptops technically also count as flip phones? You can flip open and close them, and they can be used as a telephone. Good point, I guess. This is now canon. Slovak Eagle. So, the plane's maintenance costed more than their income? Asks Gangafango.
I think so, pretty much you could say that, yes.
Plane conductor. All aboard. Sack of mail. Hops into boxcar next door. Red Bridge
Oh
Flughafen.
man, you just unlocked a memory of mine. I don't know if you... I mean, you probably do know this game. It's called Sid Meier's Railroads.
Uh-huh. Which one? Oh, right, yes, of course. Yeah. I played that with Kango many a times back in the day.
Yeah, I basically just... The all aboard just reminded me of the intro video to the game. It was... amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I just made Transport Fever crash.
What?
I've almost just made Transport Fever crash by building a tunnel.
Ah. But yeah, Sid Meier's Railroads was great. Although one thing with it that did bother me a little bit is that the steam engines don't have tenders.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get that it's not meant to be a literal representation of the world, but more of an abstracted version where the towns, where the building sizes and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think it would have still been nice. But anyway, yeah, that's a great game. Ooh, also that reminded me of something I wanted to say a little while ago, which is when you said that you connected your railway to the other railways in OpenTTD, the other players' railways, the towns that they were at.
Basically, I just meant that.
Yeah, you built to those towns.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, in what's it called? In Transport Tycoon, was it? No, Railroad Tycoon 3, that was the one. In Railroad Tycoon 3, in multiplayer, you could actually build junctions onto other players' lines, and you could send your trains over other players' lines, but you would have to pay fees to the player for using their railway. But sometimes...
Yeah, you can do that in Machinki.
Ah.
That game supports that. Basically.
Yeah.
The exact same way you just described as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't support Mac.
Yeah.
Also, yeah. Can I show the picture of the tunnel on stream?
Yes, you can.
There we go. There's the tunnel picture. You can see. Almost crashed the game, apparently. Although that reminds me of when Cities in Motion 2 was released. And the dynamic cities where they grew on their own. That was just such a next level thing. Was like, what? It's not just a preset map. It actually dynamically adjusts and grows. But then during gameplay, it was so slow that it, at least in my experience, it never really impacted my games much. Because it just happened so slowly.
Yeah, the city growth was slow, but if you actually built the roads for it, then the buildings would appear pretty much instantly.
Yeah, but I never built the roads because I thought, well, if the city's gonna grow, then it is going to grow. I don't have to cultivate it.
Yeah.
But you do, kind of, so... Anyway, chat, yes. Yes. Redbridge Flughafen 1 is blocked. Consider hiring more mechanics. That's a Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 reference. Have you ever played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3?
No.
Ah, you should. It's a brilliant game. I did it. That was one of my first series I did on my channel. And
I played some other Tycoon, but
I can
remember.
So the Platinum Edition of Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 has both the soaked and wild DLCs, which just add so much stuff. That game was made with so much love and has so many details and system, and it's a great game. I can wholeheartedly recommend it.
Yeah. What was it called? Like, I have like an old CD with like bundle of Tycoon games. I think it was from the Giants series.
Transport Giant.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I think...
And not only that, like, I had the Hotel Giant along with it, and some other stuff that was packed in as well.
I think a long time ago, like maybe 2009, 2010, around there, maybe 8 or maybe even 2007, I don't know, around there, I think I considered playing or I played the Transport Giant a tiny little bit, but back then I had no idea about how any of it worked. I just wanted to build a railway and just visually, just basically, put down some track and there's a train going, doesn't that look nice? Basically, that level of infrastructure. And either I realized that this game cannot really be played like that and there's a lot of other complicated stuff to do with money in it, or I did play it a little bit and every time I did I bankrupted myself pretty much immediately. and then stopped playing. Either one of those. I'm not sure which one it was.
Like, I had so many nice games when I was a kid. I still have them on my CDs, but
Some of them might
well,
be on
at
good
least
old
most
games
of
as
them.
well.
Yeah, but like I have most of them because back then, yeah, I was a kid, and me being in a very poor, well, relatively poor country at the time, most of the games that I owned were basically just pirated, and
Ah,
so I
yeah.
don't remember the names of all of them, and the fact that most of them were from before like 2007, before 2006. That's how old I'm basically thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I wish I could play those games again, even if they're not really visually appealing. It's like very good memory, you
Hmm.
know. I would like to play them again.
Maybe some of them are available on good old games. Have you ever checked?
I never really checked because, well, I don't know what they are called.
Hmm.
So I couldn't really Google for them and be like, you know and I can't, I don't really feel like going through thousands upon thousands of games trying to find the one that I played.
Yeah. Maybe you can find them in some lists. Like I know Wikipedia has some of those lists, like where like tycoon games or simulation games are listed, and they've got some obscure titles in there as well.
Hmm.
Oh well, let me continue to read chat. So, Shredders, did you ever try using planes in OpenTTD? I have not tried using planes in OpenTTD myself, mostly because I'm not very fond of planes in general, but also because, well, I think making train networks is just more fun, having to do the logistics of that. Or Transport Fever. Nope. But no. Eagle said not even the male wanted to travel in the plane. Eagle enters pet store. Also Eagle. I'll take your entire stock. And here's a bit of banter from Albastro, namely, oh god, not Emichu. Yeah, there's a whole thing there. But the banter goes both ways, so it's all good. Oh, haha, yeah, I remember that. Petting store, it'd be. Aha! Oh, is that the link to... 1 second. Ah, the Fantasia map generator. Ah, yes.
Yes.
That does look very good. I was considering, for my last Transport Fever series, which got cut short when my computer broke, although I do have a backup of the save file on my backup drive. But yeah, with that I did consider, because I wanted to play with a whole bunch of UK mods, I was considering playing on one of those Great Britain maps from the workshop, but the ones that I found were either much too large for my computer to handle plus streaming, or they were just not really very well detailed. And I know I could have made my own, but I didn't really want to put all the time into that. So instead I just went with a randomly generated one that I felt was good.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I'm thinking, what's like the biggest map size you were willing to go for?
I don't recall. So I decided on using like an elongated ratio, not the 1-to-1, like but an elongated ratio.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I
I
wanted
prefer those too.
yeah, because I wanted to actually have a use for the high speed passenger trains.
Yeah. The high-speed passenger trains, they're actually talking about trains generally, because of like the scale of Transport Fever, it would be a lot better to, double the acceleration of the trains,
Yeah.
at least,
Yeah. Because I remember in my first Transport Fever 2 series that I did with the tropical map, that was a one by one or 1-to-1. No, 1-by-1 ratio. Tropical. And I remember getting the Shinkansen Zero series and literally building from one extreme end of them to the other extreme end, not caring about the size of the cities because I just wanted the distance. And I'm not sure if it did hit its top speed, it was only for like at most 1 second or something like that. But I don't think it even did hit its top speed. And then I upgraded it to the Fuxinghao, and
Yeah.
I think that may have hit its top speed on the return trip or something. I built, in the last episode of it, I built a second high-speed line connecting two other towns, which I thought was a shorter distance, but the train actually managed to reach either a higher top speed or the top speed for longer on that stretch. And the trains did make a profit, I think, but it just didn't feel like I was utilizing their potential.
Yeah.
Back when I played Train Fever, my main game was in the USA thing, and I remember that was, I think, the first like train one of the first train tycoon simulation games that I played, and so like properly played, and so I just basically took it as it came. I built the line, and then as I got more and more trains, I just built on top of it and built on top of it and built on top of it, without really redesigning any of it. And so I had this main line going along one edge of the map, and it connected some of my big cities, and I had mixed freight and passenger on it. And so I thought, actually, this is a long distance. I've just unlocked the Acela Express. Why don't I replace my old express trains with the Acela? And so I did that. Well, needless to say, it did not turn a profit. Not only were the freight trains in the way, but also because I'd just been building on top of what I had built since I first started the game, there were a lot of like 40 mile an hour or 30 mile an hour curves in there that were good for the 1800 steam locomotives, but the Acela didn't exactly go around them very quickly. So...
Hey, just like real life.
Yeah, basically. Yes. But yeah, chat. Some of that reminds me a bit of Trainz Fever's unofficial Nordic DLC. Oh yeah, Eagle, have you ever played the Train Fever's Nordic DLC on the workshop? It added a new map generation mode and train sets, and basically it overhauled the game.
I believe I did, but I don't remember it.
I started a playthrough on that once. But then Transport Fever 1 came out, and, well, that was the end of that playthrough.
Yep.
Nice. That's a quote and a half. I'm not sure what that means. What was referencing? Swampland. So basically, Spin Tires X Transport Fever 2 XD. Oh, wahahaha. I called it Spin Tires, haha. Chat read. Yes. Delusion, Matronym. Flutters, Spin Tires. Ah. Other stuff the author of this generator made. Worldwide names. Okay. And also interesting towns. Nice. Very nice. Gosh, are we that far back in chat? Yes. I like that towns one too. I know, clear throat. You're on the spot now. Who? You? I have been writing for hours, Sharadice. Oh right, regarding OpenTTD. You did? Back in 2021. Oh. Wasn't archived on Twitch, I don't think. But I have it. Huh, must have missed that. Yeah, it didn't go very well, I think. It's free, isn't it? Add on my Steam account. Yeah, OpenTTD is free. It is open source. Simu trans portion won't be archived as I had no idea what to do, but OpenTTD one will be. I saw that, Trainz, not sure. Trainz, what is that bright white flash? Is that lightning? Eagle. Nah, that's not lightning. Trainz, what is it then? Eagle. Probably something else. Yes. And the sun always worked before SP5, but oh yes, Sidmer's Railroads. Oh yeah, with the model set. So nostalgic. Also Eagle with Sidmer's Railroads. Do you remember the auctions? If you've ever played. Yeah, well, I think it's also in single player maybe. Do you remember the auctions where new technologies would be added, like for example, tunnel construction is less expensive or better brakes?
I mean, I never really played through that game. I was way too young to play with actual like economy and like giving a crap about it. But
yeah.
I remember it, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
But I've never bothered to actually, you know, play with the economy. I actually think I tried, but I always reverted to like, okay, I now have like 5 trains running through this one main line. It looks cool. I'm just gonna sit here for hours and watch the trains and don't touch anything else, ever.
Yeah. That was same. That was the same before I played it multiplayer. When I played it multiplayer with Kango, it did get a bit more. The competition of another player did add incentive to actually improve the layout. And I remember with those auctions, it was always a bit of a back and forth, like of course like a bidding war. Because one thing that we did was actually hold on, which way? I need to go backwards actually. Yeah, one thing we did was because our bids tended to go quite high, it was almost like it was a game about, okay, well, I'm gonna bid more money and then you're going to have to pay more when you outbid me again. So basically you just keep upping the price so that the other player would have to pay more for it.
Yes.
Only Kango tended to bid all of his capital. And then when I was like, nah, okay, you have it. They was like, no, please buy it.
I know that there was some other game that did this as well, that was multiplayer as well. And I know I've done this with someone back in the day as well, to just outbid them, but I just, you know, it's been so long now, I don't remember what it was. Actually, I think I was bidding against AI at that point as well.
Ah.
Anyways, I'm watching the intro video to Sid Meier's Railroads. God, the nostalgia.
Interesting. The next message Kango wrote that I'm reading now is so nostalgic. Yes, only small steam engines had tenders. Even found an animatic of the Sid Meier's Railroads intro sequence about a week back, and Kango posted a link. 440 American was the largest locomotive in St. Railroads to have a tender. Ah, mission key, tunnel. Yes. Where was I? I need to reverse a little bit more. Cities in Motion 2 actually had a day-night cycle and multiplayer. Yes! There were a lot of things about Cities in Motion 2 that I did really like, for example, the day-night cycle, which impacted like passenger numbers and stuff like that, which is now of course a feature of City Skylines as well. And the fact that it had multiplayer and you could build underground as well and all of those things, and having different districts. Don't derail, please, please, please. Okay, that was good. It didn't derail.
Oh boy.
It did not derail, but I did think I think I hit the bumper slightly. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, you need to be careful.
Yeah. Right. But the only thing with Cities in Motion 2 is I think it just looked quite ugly, to be honest.
Yes. And the basically like downgrade of features on the first game.
Yeah.
You didn't get like the dynamic, crashes, and you didn't get trains, you didn't get planes, you didn't get ships in there. The world felt empty. Kind of. So yeah, I guess that's just why people prefer Cities in Motion 1 more. But even then, Cities in Motion games weren't very successful or popular.
Yeah.
It was like for a very specific group of people, which I like. But
to think that it's the same company who now makes Polaris. Paradox Interactive.
Yeah. Just so weird to think about.
Yeah. If only it didn't have all that just brown aesthetic to everything. I know that they were trying to make it feel realistic and like this grimy, realistic cityscape, but if you compare it to the colorful aesthetics of the first game, it's just so much nicer to look at.
And the music selection, as well.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that.
Not to mention going through the time, actually, 1920 to 2020, 100 years of development.
Ah. Yeah,
that was the first Cities in Motion. The second Cities in Motion was just here, all the stuff. Do you have money for it? No. Ha, you're screwed. Go bankrupt.
Yeah, because if I remember correctly, it was really difficult to actually turn a profit in Cities in Motion 2.
Yeah, it was. It just never worked out, really.
I remember a while ago, I played a multiplayer game with Kanga Fango of Cities in Motion 2, and I tried turning a profit with buses, and it wouldn't work. The only way I turned a profit was by taking out huge amounts of loans and building an underground railway, and that turned a profit.
Yeah.
And
that's the way I always started playing on the Tokyo map in Cities in Motion 1. It's just like, okay, I know everything here can make a profit, but the metro here is going to be the biggest profit, because Tokyo, I believe, was the largest map, and it was completely just filled with a city, So there wasn't any rural area. You literally just had downtown Tokyo to play with, and the airport.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing else. So just make a transport network in the downtown of a metropolitan area, You had more of a city to go through than the American maps, New York and San Francisco. You had more stuff, the entire map was city. And it was bigger than the London and Paris maps as well.
Yeah. I remember in that multiplayer game with Kango, when I built the underground, it was so funny to me because Kango's double-decker buses, which were, I believe, weren't turning a profit, or if they were, they weren't turning very marginal profit. They were just constantly stuck in traffic jams along the main road running through the city. He had like a dozen of them stuck in traffic jams, while my underground trains just whizzed by underneath the road with the the X-ray
Yeah.
view.
Yeah, when I played multiplayer, I instead of tunnels, I built them on bridges,
Yeah.
over the
I
roads.
also
And
did that.
so,
Yeah, I also did
yeah,
that.
when the other player had their traffic, their bus or tram be stuck on the,
Yeah.
you know, on the road below, my train was just like,
Hmm.
it was fun.
Yeah.
It's like I kind of wish that they would make Citizen Motion
Ooh,
3,
hold
but
on. Forgot to switch the junction. Hold on. You continue.
but yeah, basically like with the functionality of like the bendy roads and the stop
Oh yeah.
placement and stuff like that of the Citizen Motion 2,
What?
but with the
Yeah.
graphics and colors and the world building and the life of Citizen Motion 1 and
Hmm.
merge them into one game, because that would be the best.
What I would love is basically City Skylines with multiplayer.
Oh boy. Jesus. Oh my god. Wow.
I'll give you a bit of time to cognate that while I read chat. Um, so, Citizen Motion 2 actually had multiplayer. Although overall I did prefer Citizen Motion 1's graphics. Although Citizen Motion 1, at least the Mac version, was a bit prone to crashes. The 45-degree angles were a bit limiting, so that was something the sequel expanded on. Mm-hmm. Sharedice, it was your first ever series on the channel, next to the Trainz tutorials and Trainz Live. Yeah, true, the RCT3. The Roller Tycoon 3 Complete Edition is 5 quid currently. Oh, it is? Eagle, if you enjoy kind of building tycoon games, the RCT...
I have Transport Fever.
Yeah,
That's all I need.
exactly, that's why I said it. RCT3 Complete Edition for £5 is absolutely worth the money. Please consider getting it. And apparently Transport Giant is only £1.
Oh, I don't need to buy that. I have that on a CD. All 4 of them.
Yeah, but
Actually, let me see if I can find the CD. Because it shouldn't be that hard, right? Right?
So, Eagle, are you still here?
Oh my god.
What?
So, Cities in Motion CD.
Yeah.
I just found it. I have it.
Ah.
I have it on CD. I have. Wait, what's this? Wildlife Park Gold Edition. I have that on a CD. I have. What's this? SimCity. Oh yeah, that's the latest one, the 2013 or 15 or whatever it was, the one that failed. And I have SimCity 4 Deluxe Edition. Oh damn. I have SimCity Society. I like that one a lot. What's this? Ship Simulator Extremes Collection. Okay. Farming Sim 17, Driving Sim 12, The Settlers. I have well, it's in Czech. Garbage Man Simulator, basically.
Yeah,
Aquadelic GT. Oh my god, that's memory.
I think that pretty much encapsulates a lot of the simulator scene in like 2012. This
Yes.
garbage man simulator.
Yes. But yeah, I just found Aquadelic GT. It's basically boat racing. It's just the the text on the front of the CD literally just says funky boat racing.
Ah,
What's
yes.
this? Oh, Cobra 11, 1, 2, 3. Jesus. Okay, I was very into that. Railroad Lines. Oh, I remember that game. I never could get past the first level because I didn't understand English very well back then.
What's
I
it
just
called?
was like,
Railroad
yeah.
Lines?
Yeah, Railroad Lines. Oh my god.
Game.
Yo, do you know City Life Super Deluxe? Do you know the City Life game? Oh my god.
I think I might have played the Railroad Lines a long, long time ago. It looks very familiar. I think I might have played it a long, long time ago and given up on it because I couldn't make progress in it.
Oh, I just remembered one of the simulator games that I've not simulator, the tycoon games that I played.
Hmm?
It was New York City Tycoon. It was literally just build the entire fucking New York City. Or like, well, not the entire, but like the Manhattan.
Hmm.
And I remember playing that so much. It was just wonderful.
I've never heard of that one.
It was an
Also,
amazing game.
regarding Transport Giant being £1 on Steam currently, as someone who's played Transport Giant and OpenTTD, what are the differences?
I cannot tell you.
Ooh, it's a
I don't
secret, I
remember.
see.
Okay, I found the Giants game pack. 3 Titanic games in one collection. It's got Traffic Giant, Hotel Giant, and Transport Giant in it.
Ah. Ah, I think it might have been Traffic Giant that I played a little bit. Maybe. I don't remember, it was such a long time ago.
What's this? Freight Tycoon Incorporated. Oh my god. This is so old as well. But I did like the intro video on that one as well. That's essentially just me finding these intro videos to the games instead of their trailers is what really like got me into some of the games. Because like most of the times those were better, nicer than the trailer themselves.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. Tycoon Inc. Intro. Let's see. I think this is it. Oh yes. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the intro video of that game now.
Sure, I'll read chat in the meantime. If I don't... Hold on. Brakes! Thank you. Right. Ah, old games. Yes, just to relive a past memory. Look through a list of tycoon games, maybe. That's what I just said. Reader, chat, yes. But Emmy chooses side is so mean. Yeah. I think both sides there are mean. And do the ditch lights work on this locomotive? Speedans! Sharadice! Yes, the Speedans, I know. It wasn't called the Seller. Yes. Good. What a seller is. Nice, yeah, opportunity is free, hence open. Train Fever had Steam Workshop support. Sharadice. Never had Steam, oh right, never had, yeah. Then it must have been Transport Fever 1. Regarding the Nordic DLC thing. Lucas Dream 3 Complete Edition is 5 quid, yes. Oh, it jumped up again, hold on. Why does it keep jumping? It was on the forum. Ah, right, yes. Let me just switch my points.
What okay. That was that video. What else do I have here as regards for CDs for games? Hmm. I have Trainz a New Era on CD.
Let me finish reading chat because there's a lot of...
Yes.
So... right. Nordic DLC, yes, on the forum. Yeah, and the Simu Trainz streamer basically started in 1400 or something, and there were only carriages and stuff. I mean, what do you expect if you start in 1400? That was interesting. Sid Mr. Railroads was even multiplayer, Slovil, and had a map editor, which was a little broken, but yay. I think industry placement broke it a bit. Yeah, we played it off stream years ago. It was fun. Bidding war, bwahaha. No, please, I beg you, take the Westinghouse air brakes. Yes, regarding the bidding war. You watched the animatic I linked, Slavic Eagle? Asks Kango.
Oh.
Did you?
Hold on. There's Roller Coaster Tycoon. There's Sysmotion Tokyo. Eclipse
Ooh, actually.
Wave.
Hold on a minute. Which way do I actually need to... Ah! Wait a minute, I think I have to...
More.
Oh. Never mind. Right, I don't actually have to run around because I've just got to go back the way I came. I thought I had to continue forward, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm watching the animatic now.
Okay, I'll do Draft Magic. First got the game in 2013 on Mac App Store. Does it work cross-platform with Steam? I doubt. Remembers the Jubilee Futura in Cities Immersion 2? I do. Known in real life as the Right Eclipse Gemini. There were ships in Cities Immersion 2, but no air stuff. Yeah, graphics could have been improved. Cities Skylines 2. Come on. Yeah, there's the Jubilee Futura. Although, I will say, Cities in Motion 2, the actual intra-city stuff, like among all of the buildings and things like that, the kind of grey-brown stuff didn't look that bad. It's just when you got out into the countryside, and that was all very brown and muddy and stuff, it didn't, yeah. Right, Eclipse Gemini, real life. I think that's probably going to be yeah, that's a picture of it, not real life. Also appeared in Bus Driver. Tokyo also replaced trams with monorails. Slovak Eagle. Says Kangafango.
Yeah. The Tokyo map was very amazing.
There's the DLC. I believe. Yeah, I'd say Cities Skylines is kind of a spiritual successor to Cities Immersion 2. Well, in some ways, yes. But... also... more so, like... SimCity. But
yeah,
better.
basically, like, Cities Skylines is just... You know, it took Cities in Motion, it took SimCity and merged them together. It added water physics, which is like,
yeah,
what?
I know.
It's like, you know, it's just like, you know, the most unexpected thing about it. And yeah, it's just...
Yep. I was just so surprised when City Skylines got like announced or released or whatever. And then it also got released on Mac even, which was even better for me. Which I was really happy about.
I just played around with the water physics all the time. There's like, I didn't do anything else, I swear to God. I just made the map and just played around with the water. It was so amazing.
Can you believe it that released 7 years ago?
I actually can. Surprisingly. But yeah, it's just, wow, so old. And look how far the game has gotten. It's amazing.
Also the winter DLC stuff. That was
oh my God,
amazing.
Yes.
Because it not just made it look winter, it also added like the road clearing thing with the snow levels building up, and it added heating that you like with the pipes and heating stations and all that sort of stuff as well.
I'll do you one better. It added trams.
Trams. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you mean the? Do you mean City Skylines or DLC or?
Skylines.
Yeah,
Skylines.
yeah. Because I thought, didn't it already ship with trams when it released?
No,
It didn't.
it didn't. No. The winter added trams, and it was just like,
Oh.
what? I need to get this. You know?
I did not know. I didn't know. I thought it shipped with them. Huh. Interesting. I'd say City Skylines is kind of just... Yes, NPC Skylines, please, says Albastro. Shadow, City Skylines 2 is actually in development, I think. I've got to link it before. Slovak Eagle. There's the link to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 that Kango posted. Did you have a look at it?
No, I didn't. Yeah, I'm just... I haven't really like gotten even look at proper chat yet. No, I'm just...
Yeah, well, Kango linked the Steam link to the complete Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 edition on, which is the base game plus the Soaked DLC plus the Wild DLC plus the Peep Designer and because RCT3 had a whole fireworks display system where you could make custom firework displays and you could make your own guests that then walk around the park. And it had the whole career mode thing as well.
Yeah. Kind of like what you just described, it pretty much reminds me of Planet Coaster.
Yeah. It is like Planet Coaster. Like Planet Coaster is a bit like the next version in the Roller Coaster Tycoon series, pretty much.
Yeah.
But RCT3 is a very different game because it does work on a grid.
Yeah, I'm aware of that.
And normally, like for example with Cities in Motion 1, the grid did bother me a bit. But for some reason in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, the grid actually works quite well with it, I find. Anyway, wildlife parks on Steam 2 apparently, says Kangafango. For £2 and 79 pence. Wildlife park and wildlife park creatures. Wait, Ship Simulator Extremes Collection? Huh.
Yes.
Do you want to elaborate? Or just yes?
Hold on, let me just grab the CD again. Includes Ship Simulator Extremes and all 6 DLC content packages.
I did not realize Ship Simulator Extremes had DLC.
I did not either up until now that I've read this, and I had this CD for God knows how long. Yeah, it had multiplayer.
Yeah.
I never got to play it.
The Ship Simulator I think was 2009 question mark?
I think it was 8.
Or 8 is the one that I had, and I did play that with Kango a bit. And we did actually play multiplayer on it. And it had a mission creator where you could select one of the maps and then set the weather and... Was that just...
That was a sneeze.
Was that just a shelf collapsing in the background?
No, that was just a sneeze, I'm sorry.
Nah, don't worry. Right, yeah, so with a mission creator, you could choose one of the maps, change the weather and wave height and wind and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
And you could use the tools that the default missions use. Like for example, rescuing people. You've got to find people in the water and then stay in the circle for a certain amount of time to rescue them, or tow ships into port or stuff like that.
Yes,
But
I was doing this in, like, I have owned, or, like, I still own Ship Simulator 2006, 8, and Extremes. Those are the 3 that I had, and all of them, except Extremes, allowed for mission editing.
Ah. Well, in that case, I'm actually quite happy that we got that one and not Extremes, because the deciding factor was, because we looked at both of them, and judging by the cover art, it looked like Ship Simulator Extremes was a military thing, because the ship on the front was all grey and it looked like something like a destroyer to me back then. And it being called Extremes, I thought it would be like an action thing with like military situations and stuff like that, which I didn't want. And so that's why we got 2008, I believe it was. And so yeah, we wouldn't even have had the mission creator otherwise.
Yeah.
Seems so strange that they would remove that feature.
But yeah, my favorite one is still Ship Simulator 2006, because I remember I was able to edit the AI traffic. Unfortunately, there was a limit as to how much you could have on a line, basically. Like, the ships that just pretty much had like these AI lines. Imagine like a spline in Trainz, and they would just move on it. But you could, like, depending on where you place it, that would be like the offset distance left or right that the ship would keep from the line. You know?
Oh right, yeah.
And they would avoid other AIs and the player as well, so they could maneuver. And I always just took the biggest map of open water. I believe it was the Bora Bora Islands, I'm not sure. Or something like that. It was some kind of islands. And I just directly went into the AI editing and just like, okay, ship.
The
You
ship.
know, they had no chance.
Yeah, the ship. Ships, the bush of the olden days.
Yes.
Oh, bye-bye, VGR. Thanks for stopping by. See you next time, hopefully.
See ya.
Right, chat. Yes, TML Studios, Street Sweeping Simulator, question mark?
No.
Of Ship Simulators, I only had Ship Simulator 2006. Oh, it was 6 then, not 8.
It was it was 6 and it was 8, and then there was Extremes.
Although
it was all of them.
So Kango, why did we get 8 then? Why was it 6, not 8?
Because I'm just like looking at, the cover art for Ship Simulator Extremes, at least for this one, is a firefighting ship.
Yeah.
A yellow one.
Hold on.
The cover art for Ship Simulator 2008 is the ferry, the red and white one. I'm not sure if you know which one I mean.
Maybe. You're trying to look up pictures of ships while driving a train.
Yep, Tycoon City, New York. That's the game I was mentioning earlier.
I don't know what... it was this cover art. If you look on stream, this was the cover art I saw. They were the Coast Guard ship.
Oh, that one, the Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Back in the day, I thought that was a military ship, like a destroyer or something. And I thought with Ship Simulator Extremes, I thought, oh, it's like a warship simulator thing. Although depending on the country,
Yeah, and
the Coast Guard does have more or less military roles as well.
if you search for Ship Simulator Extreme cover, I think like the third one is the collection that includes all of the DLCs, and that's the one that I have with the yellow firefighting ship, basically.
Ah, that one.
Yes. Extreme. Let's go.
Ah.
No, I have 2008 collection, I believe. Yeah, collector's edition, and it has the San Francisco red and white ferry. That's the one I have as well. Ship Simulator 2008. And I also have the 2006 Golden Collection. Hold on. That one has 3 ships at the cover. I think that's the one I have as well. I'm not sure. I'll need to find the CD to let you know. But yeah, that's like we could really use a ship simulator game. I would love it, honestly. There is Stormworks, but it's not really good, so...
I mean, Stormworks, it used to work fine on that. But then, I think it was in an update, it's just the graphics broke for our hardware. Where basically, it's like the foam on the water, it wouldn't clear it after the frame, so you just had like fragments of foam always being displayed on the water, and you couldn't really tell where the waves were or what was going on with that, and so it was just the bug, it was just graphical glitches all over the place with it.
Oh,
and they never fixed it for
God.
this, so...
Yeah, that's sad. But, I just found CDs, or at least the cases, for the following. Euro Truck Simulator 2 Vive la France, Euro Truck Simulator 2 Scandinavia, Euro Truck Simulator 2 Golden Edition, Euro Truck Simulator, 18 Wheels of Steel American Long Haul. But I also found a very good game that I used to play that had a lot more details than some other bus simulators that I've played, and it's European Bus Simulator 2012 by Astragon.
Ah, that sounds familiar. European Bus Simulator, you said it was called?
Yeah, European Bus Simulator 2012 by Astragon.
Hold on, let me apply some brakes in the background.
I have also found Trainz
Junior.
Jr.
Yeah, this game. It does, I think... Kanga, was this the one we played, or was it something... Actually, that's on Steam, Bus Simulator 2012. I think that's the same one. No, that... Yeah, Astragon Entertainment, yeah. I think we did, Kango, this is the one we played, isn't it? Where it had the line editor as well? Or was it a different one?
No, this one had the line editor.
Yeah.
This one had the line editor. I never managed to get it working.
Oh, I used it all the time. What I used, because my
Kango says you had Bus Simulator 2.
Oh, so it was right. But that, hold on. Bus Simulator 2.
10.
Oh yeah.
12.
Yeah, you're
6?
right.
Oh fuck. Okay, I just found the CD cases for Trainz 2009, 10, and 12.
Oh yeah,
And
I remember with this image on it.
What's that?
Fun fact: that bus used to run quite local to where I used to live. I went on this kind of bus quite a lot back in a long time ago.
Oh no way! I just found the CD for Train Simulator 2013, and it's got the 377 on the cover. Holy shit!
Anyway, chat. There's also Skyscraper Simulator on Steam. Apparently the soundscape is either non-existent or broken. LGR did a video on it. Never played it. Think it's for the best. But it's 52p on Steam. Shadows, chat, please. I'm chatting all the time. That's why I can't read chat.
Oh. Okay, how many of you can say comfortably that you have an exclusive case of a CD for Microsoft Train Simulator?
I cannot, unfortunately. I don't. At least I don't think I can.
Also, World of Subway is the London one.
Oh yes, 3. World of Subway 3. I had.
Yeah.
I did have that, but I don't have it anymore. I know it's on Steam, but
There's a separate transport giant. There is locomotion. I remember that. I found Flight Simulator X. RC helicopter. Oh my god, what's that?
I need to read chat now. Brakes.
Oh, I found ship simulators.
Brakes, do not fail me now. Yes. You're also slipping on the ice, like we did earlier. No, Train Fever had mod support, including the Nordic DLC on the forum. Yeah. It's always skipping, hold on. Yeah, but the game allowed me to start in 1400. True. That's what surprised me. Slovak Eagle, this, and there's a link to a YouTube video about. Oh yeah, the animatic. Which greyish brownish game graphics do you prefer? Cities Motion 2 or Mud Runners? Mud Runners, definitely. Without graphic mods. Yeah, Mud Runner still, I think.
Mud Runner, definitely. I got used to it way better and easy. Like, Mud Runner, it kind of fits, you know? It's nicer. But,
yeah. Even though I do still prefer the more saturated look of Spin Tires.
Yeah, it was definitely like more, you know, yeah, obviously
Vibrant.
saturated, but like, it felt, yeah, vibrant as well. Thank you.
Yeah, although when we played it with multiplayer with Emi2 in summer, we did use the graphics mod to make it look a bit more vibrant. Yes, water physics. Is City Skylines the only Tycoon game with water physics?
I believe so, yes.
Actually, what about the beaver one? Where you build where you're in charge of a beaver colony and you've got to build up your.
Oh,
what's that called? What's that called?
I have it installed. Hold on, give me a moment to find it amongst my wonderful list of games. Unless I don't have it installed. Timberborn.
Timberborn, there we go. Yeah, that's a Tycoon game that has water physics.
Yeah. Somewhat of a water physics.
Well,
I wouldn't say that they are as bouncy or as.
No, you don't really get waves in them. It just kind of fills up to the levels. But yeah. I'd still say it counts. I would still say that.
Yeah, it's still good. Yeah, it's still good.
Paradoxically, Cities in Motion 2, Cities Skylines, and Stellaris on macOS. Though the first two are 32-bit and don't work anymore on macOS. But you can run them with virtual machines. Snowfall DLC. Snowplows. Never had mass transit. Yeah, apparently shared ice.
Yeah, I never bought any of the other DLCs for City Skylines either, actually.
Yeah,
hold on.
Yeah, I've only got the. Actually, I do have. I have got the nightlife or night.
Yeah, After Dark.
After Dark.
Yeah.
I've got the
I
Snowfall,
well.
and I have the concert one, which was quite cheap. Because the concert one, I think it just. To me, it sounds like it's a lot of fun having a thing in the city that periodically just gets a huge influx of people they need to go to and from it, but then most of the time is just completely basically non-existent in regards to traffic patterns. And so
yes,
yeah, that's why I got that one, but I don't have any of the other ones. Streetcars You
Yeah.
Desire section. Oh yeah, Streetcar of Desire reference. Nice. We'll link our City Train Transport Giant links on Discord after the stream. Haha, thank you. So Dene Ware, if y'all missed it now. Planet Coaster is the true spiritual successor to RCT3, yes. By the way, Eagle, have you looked into any of the actual successors to Roller Coaster Tycoon 3? Like the ones, like the official ones?
Oh no.
Yeah, don't. It's not pretty. It's and by pretty I mean not just visually, but it's basically trash.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Be.
Anyway, unlike RCTW, Roller Coaster Tycoon World, original RCT game was very impressive at the time. Oh, of course. Of the sprites and scripting. Roller coasters and parts from each angle. Chris Sawyer. Never knew Ship Simulator Extremes had a DLC, yeah? Oh yeah, 2006. Oh yeah, 8. That cover seems familiar.
Yeah, I found the box
Yeah.
for 2006 Ship Simulator just now. I have the one with the yacht at the front.
Yeah, so Kango, are you sure that it was in 2008? Because I seem to remember driving around that ferry quite a bit. But I could be mistaken. Shadows, are you sure we played multiplayer? Ship Simulator? Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. I remember because we always used to end up just playing with the small little nippy Coast Guard ship on the island maps. I don't believe we ever did. Yeah, we did. We did. I remember. We didn't at first, but I do think that we did. Unless my memory is wrong. Which it could be.
I still remember the Ship Simulator games quite.
Oh no,
cool,
I just saw there's a 20 limit coming up. Please slow down a bit. That would be very useful. Yeah, I know. I know I'm speeding. Slow down. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Slow down. Now I've got to run around and unload these. And then it's time for the second round trip. According to the text. Started Bridge Commander, yes, but not Ship Sim. I think it was about the server hosting thing where we weren't sure how it worked. Maybe. Streams also didn't include the Titanic unless it's a DLC. Military? No, not that cover, the other cover I showed on stream. But yeah, I don't think it was that cover. Oh yeah, that one. Right. It was 2000. Eagle, it was 2008 after all that we played, according to Kango.
Yeah.
I looked up a picture and saw Titanic on 2006. Cover art varied, Red White Ferry, yeah. And this is the one ship you mentioned in Ship Extremes. Yeah, I saw that as well. Okay, so now that we're clear here, I need to actually run around. Although, actually, hold on. I can just run around over by the unloading area because there is actually a way to do that. There's a runaround loop, I think. Also, the cover art of Bus Simulator 2's cover art was extremely misleading. They took a picture of a UK bus, a right eclipse, mirrored it, and removed the first branding, and the game's set in Germany. Shadows, are you sure it used to work fine? It worked fine, I think. I did use the route creator in the Bus Simulator 2 because I remember basically putting it through the outskirts in the countryside, the lines, and not going into the city center. I know it was a bit buggy, but it did work. I remember this. Ah, I remember this, but never had it. What is that? Oh, Bus Simulator 2012. Oh, right. So, yeah, it was the two I confused. There's also Munich one. Never had it. Rechat. You probably had 18. Web Bus Simulator 2. Yes. That had the line editor. 2008. Please rechat. I am rechat. And already covered that cover art. I already covered that cover art. Ah, London to Brighton. MSTS had it many years back. Oh. Had one for Steam DVD, never got it on Steam yet. Wasn't Cable Customization never got put on Steam, but CBS Steam Simulator 2010 did. Yeah, true, Slavic Eagle. Slavic Eagle thought... Slavic Eagle, though, I do prefer Mudrunner with the Adega graphics mod. Brings back the Speller's Field, just look, it's more appealing. SD11, review about graphics mod and linked, yes. I'd struggle to blatantly call RCTW trash, despite it perhaps fitting. There was some effort put into the game of the models and such. Well, the models, yes. But I was talking about the game. Not the models. I'm not saying that nobody in the development team put effort into it. I'm just saying that the game itself, I would call trash. At least the last state I looked at it. It may have been updated in the past. That is a caveat. It may have been updated. My coast is a lot more stable and better. I just think we wanted to play MP but never did. Then maybe what I'm remembering is just you sitting next to me and us playing the missions we made for each other, or something like that. But can we trust Kango? Cover out, Bus Simulator 2, yep. Not cover out of cover out, yeah. Never had a Bus Simulator after 2016, those multiplayer. This multiplayer wasn't really multiplayer, just the company management stuff is. Never had RCTW, Plant Coast a lot more polished, I meant. I'm caught up on chat, Eagle! Eagle! I'm caught up on chat! Wake up! Wake up!
Yes, don't worry. I was not sleeping. I was building a line in Transport Fever.
Yeah, I was kind of joking.
I know.
Also, Eagle, if you're gonna make me run another loop, then we're gonna have issues.
I hope not.
Also, I don't actually need to run around. There's enough space here for the whole train to fit. Luckily.
Yes.
Also, I do appreciate the fact that you've put all of these streetlights in here.
Pretty much just one day I was like, I'm bored. So I just started placing streetlights. That's it.
Yeah. On the Haddon Court tramway, I only placed the streetlights on the map for that last winter session. And then I thought, well, if I make a winter session and it's like dusk, I really have to add them, and then I added them. And they add a lot.
Yep, they do. They really do. And it basically shows that you're willing to go to that kind of like detail.
Hold on. So, Eagle.
Yeah, I see it.
I guess.
Yeah, I guess you can just skip.
Like what sort of what happens in the story-wise in the dialogue?
Well, basically, I mean, I wouldn't say much happens because it's like night and everyone's just gone. It's just you operating at this point. But I mean, I didn't even like put in any like a kind of cutscene or stuff like that. So yeah, spoiler alert: you simply deliver the logs, and you know that's like pretty much the end. You build a bridge, it gets built, it gets fixed.
So does the layer actually update for the bridge?
I think I did make it to update, and I think I did set up the camera, but I'm not sure.
Although actually I
But
don't.
even then, you
Where is the
probably
actual?
wouldn't.
So where is the actual broken bit of the map? Oh, it's over
You
here.
will
I
see.
never. Oh yeah, I never even looked back here to actually look at this. There we go with a flag. the Japanese. The Japanese girl with
Yeah, I
the.
remember now. You were actually supposed to deliver the other uh load into here directly to the construction site. And so while your lights would illuminate it, they would like get swapped. Sorry.
Ah. Well,
But yeah,
I don't
if you
really.
take a look, the bridge is actually like twisty and stuff
Oh
like that as
yeah, I
well.
can see. Ah, that's clever use of super elevation there. Very nice. I'm glad I decided to take a look back here after all.
Yes.
Ah yes, the car's parked on the ocean, of course.
I mean, technically speaking, you can save
Um, but
and
does
then
it
like
work?
finish it in your free time, and then just when you upload it to to YouTube, you just upload this other ending. When it's like when you deliver to here and it gets swapped. I think that's a possibility.
If like, but does the saving work? Because the message in the beginning said I should play it in one
You can
session
try.
because
I always put that in because, well,
yeah.
I don't trust the rule creators that they actually bother to make their rules safe proof.
Okay, so actually that's 1 second. In that
So
case,
it's more of a precaution rather than a necessity, I would say.
I'm going to. Well, I might as well run around the train now. And then. Oh, yeah, thumbnail. I need. Come on. I need a thumbnail. Spoilers! Yeah. Great figures. Save to save. No AI operating is there. Yeah, I gotta get a thumbnail, probably around here with the lights. So, is there? I don't think there is. So probably just something like this with a locomotive right there.
No, there are no AIs running. Not
Yeah.
in this scenario, not in this
Yeah.
session.
They're not running away, they're chasing.
Oh yeah, regarding that, still gotta decide what the actual outcome is supposed to be of the competition.
Oh yeah, chasing. That got you thinking about it again.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm just gonna run around and then save. An hour and 10 minutes.
But like, I must have finished it in that time because, well, I put it in. I always, firstly finish the scenario and then, test it, and then I did the thingy.
Yeah.
that actually tells you how long it takes. So
You mean the metadata?
it has, yeah, the metadata. So it has to be possible to be finished in 1 hour and 10 minutes. I just don't know how the fuck I accomplished that.
Hmm. Maybe you accidentally typed the wrong number and didn't double check?
You reckon that instead of 2 hours and 10 minutes, I typed in 1 hour and 10?
Because I think, isn't it like you only type in it in minutes in the session
You
rule?
type in minutes, yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, could be, I'm not sure. Hold on. What's 2 hours and 10 minutes? That's 60 plus 60 plus 10. That's 130. I have no idea how I managed to type 70 instead of 90. So 130, you know?
Yeah, that doesn't really make sense.
Mm. Maybe it looks at the real life clock while fast forwarding. Nah. Because if I were fast forwarding, it would take me on like 30 minutes. You know, fast forwarding is actually fast.
Yeah, even if you're reversing.
Yeah. So, you know. But yeah, the Rowden sessions still have a lot of issues anyways, you know. It was supposed to be a DLC and I did have it up there for like the beta testing and stuff, and most of the stuff got ironed out, but yeah, some of the stuff remained.
Some of the stuff like what?
Well, like this, you know.
Hmm.
How I don't know, hour and 10 minutes instead of 2 hours and 10 minutes, and you know, it's just
That must have been the most gentle coupling I've ever done in Trainz. Just now. Because I literally stopped like an inch before it coupled. And then just ever so gently reversed back in. Anyway, I'll save here. And with that, Kango says, my head session inspection takes an hour and 10 minutes. Yeah, so with that, thank you very much for joining me in voice chat. I can't promise that I'll have the time to finish this off stream, but
yes,
I
perfectly okay.
I'll try if the save works. I will
Yeah,
try.
it's perfectly okay. That's obvious. I mean, the first thing
So,
obviously needs to
yeah.
be whether the save actually works. Yeah, like you said.
So people watching the archive, if you look down at the bottom and you can see the timeline, if there is another good chunk of timeline there, then you'll know that I did play it off stream and you will have the gameplay of it. If not, then you know that I didn't. Also, actually, could you please let me know, because it would be quite nice to know that information now rather than in the okay. Good. Write it in the comments. I'm sure that'll find its way to me in the past.
Time traveling comments.
Yeah. No, I was going to play MVR after this because I thought it was an hour, but we've gone for over 2 hours now, and I need to be places tomorrow morning.
I keep fucking up the timelines on this, don't I? You know.
Yeah, it happened in another session as well. I wonder if it's
Yeah.
the same root issue that this is a symptom of. Maybe.
What do you mean?
Because the times not being right, I wonder if that's being caused by the same thing in both instances.
It's probably just me being stupid.
I don't know.
Just the best guess, honestly. And most likely. So.
Yeah, Kango says maybe finish... Oh, ciao all. Yes. Bye-bye, bust through. Thank you for listening to our ramblings.
Yep.
Maybe finish
Bye
it
bye.
another time on stream. Well, maybe, but if I'm going to dedicate the time to streaming Polaris Route Showcase, I really want to make progress in the sessions because there are still quite a few left, and I'm not doing these very frequently because I want to finish the MVR. So
Yeah.
if I show the rest of the session, it will be recorded after. Or actually, I might if it does work, I might just stream it just without mic and facecam, just the actual gameplay, and then download that and connect it afterwards.
I mean, that could work.
Anyway, that's something for me to think about. You don't have to worry about it. So, play MVR? Nope, no time. Still going? We're not going. I said ciao because I thought you were finishing up. I am finishing up. Could you do them all in one go after the MVR is done? No, because that would need a 24-hour stream. And then just have Eagle narrate it. Actually, me live streaming it. But you being in Discord voice chat, so that you can narrate the gameplay of me recording, but without my mic or face cam, and that just edited in after as one video on YouTube after the stream. That would be funny, I think. Just get Eagle in VC, but Paradise is on mute. Yeah.
Oh boy. Just so you know, I have stuff to attend to as well.
Good night. Good night. Bye-bye. If I do it, I'll probably just do it without any voiceover. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay.